Good afternoon, Rhythm fans! It's your boy Ian here with another 2 hours of rhythm and fun. And just because it's not fun without someone else who is sitting on their bum, it's Heather!
It's only fun if there's two of us.
And
specifically this combination. I refuse all other combos, even though I have enjoyed other combos in the past.
Other combos can be enjoyed as a small treat, but when you need that meat and potatoes and vegetables, if you can't eat meat of good, wholesome streaming rhythm content, this is the one to go for. Hey folks, this is Rhythm Cafe, where Heather and I give increasingly what's the word? Increasingly over-the-top descriptions of our prowess with video games and streaming. And yes, we're here for the next hour. And then after that, another hour, because we take breaks, because we're responsible like that. But by the end of it, you will have experienced a solid portion of this week's game, which is not Watersong. We'll bring that back probably in about a week or so. But we need right now to experience the world of Aerial Knights Never Yield. As is tradition, I have not launched the game yet because I think it's important to get the full experience. But good God, I've never been more excited to see Japanese text in a game before. It's not Japanese.
You need that beginning turn on the game experience, watch the logos from the companies come in.
We gotta know
that it's made from Unity.
Oh, but it's got Easter Island heads.
Yeah, I mean, that's a plus in every rhythm game we've ever played.
Not just rhythm games, like Japanese animation, Japanese live action series. Oh hey, there's a running guy.
Well, as you might surmise, Ian, this game is a runner.
Oh, is that what we're about to experience here?
If I believe it should still be there, but the Nintendo eShop has a demo.
Oh, hey, nice.
For this game, so if you're like, hey, that looks like fun, or the music sounds cool,
yeah.
That should happen. Ian ignored all the instructions on the screen, thinking we were in an opening cutscene.
I thought, hey, the game's just getting us ready, getting a little bit of the feel of the game. No, game is begin now. There we go. Sliding in. See, I have no idea what this game is about, other than it's a runner. It's slightly rhythm-based, and it is just as cool as hell. Jazz. What's going on here? Is this man just tiny? Is that what's going on here? No, because, right, he's truck-sized, so no problem with that.
He is, as far as I understand, average human size.
Okay, good.
Perhaps.
Good to know. Average, normal human. But with good music and parkour, it seems, yes.
So the description for this game is that this is a 3D side-scroller that plays much like a classic Endless Runner.
Okay.
You run, jump, slide, or dash. It's got like a parkour feel because of that, because you see a human being as opposed to like Captain Video, who doesn't feel as parkour, but he could totally parkour.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. I mean, just aside from the gigantic head causing a possible problem there. There's the game audio.
Yeah. There's a note from the dev that says, this project began as a passion project. I started on my own to create something familiar but new for this generation of gamers, while highlighting aspects of a culture that is often overlooked.
I'm beginning to see that here, because we got some amazing representation right off the bat with the Love the Black character and the amputated leg.
The soundtrack is done by Daname Sama, who is a Detroit artist with vocals from artists from all over the world. So one person basically did all the stuff, and then they had other people doing vocals.
That sounds great, because that means we're gonna get a wonderful, tight soundtrack, I guess. I don't know. I guess let's just play the game.
And as far as I understand, there is some kind of a story.
There are outfits.
Oh, even better. I like me a rhythm game that gives me some outfit choices.
Well, we only hit one to start off with fully, so I guess let's start off with that. Levels, we have prologue, which we did. Next up, level 1. We get slow-mo and warning. Oh, no way are we gonna skip any of this.
Oh, no, definitely not. This is how my video game dreams are. I want to be. I can't jump like that, but I definitely want to be able to.
The style that this game is oozing with right now is. Yeah, no, didn't do that at the right time. It's not just push the button; it's push the button at the right time. Whoa!
This is definitely gonna be like how we play Runner. We're gonna die a lot. We're gonna continue a lot. We're probably gonna yell about some stuff in the background at some point.
Slide up. Oh, all sorts of fun, because this game is just making me feel awesome.
I like the car rollover because it definitely feels like you should jump when you see the car.
Woo. Nope. Okay, so there we go. I need to use the appropriate button to... There we go. This is reminding me a lot of Skate or Die, specifically because in Skate or... Nope. One of the obstacles in Skate or Die, the NES classic, was you were on a skateboard, of course, but chain link fences were definitely an obstacle. And if you didn't clear the chain link fence, you would go not just against it, but through it. Oh boy. Okay, so this game's definitely about figuring out what button you want to be pressing for each of these things. So that was definitely a slide. Oops.
I'm glad that was a cutscene area, because I'm like, oh no, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
So it looked like there was a coin up there that we probably could have.
Yeah. Which I'm going to get a second to do now. Obstacles are highlighted with the correct color. Well, I'm not using colors. And that was a blue, which is X on the controller. Slam directly into the side of it. Good. Good for me. Oh no!
Did you kind of stood up in the middle of that bridge?
Yeah, I lifted up just in time to have my head removed. Ooh. Phase through that log. Try that again. Good. Sliding. Slow down a bit. Oh, jumpy jump. Sprint. Whoa. Hey, whoop. Ah. Spin. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm seeing people in chat talk about like the color coding and like the fact that it's showing the buttons and stuff. And when Ian pushed on this level, it said that it had slow-mo and warnings. And chances are good that as we go through levels and we get into what will be later levels, which if you're doing an appropriate difficulty curve in a rhythm game, will be harder. Mm-hmm. They will likely take some of that away, or maybe let us take that option off.
I want to see why that truck is jumping over a hump to come get me. Whew. Like it feels like a part of this game is just really an excuse to set up some really cool set pieces.
Yeah. From what I'm reading, I'm not going to tell you what the story stuff says because I want to see if we can piece together the story from what the game tells us. But it does mention that the average runtime is about an hour and a half on normal.
Oh, perfect. So, this is going to take all day.
So we should be able to get through most of this game today. Because I want to give us the benefit of the doubt of streaming always makes games a lot longer than people say they are.
Yes. Especially when you're me.
I don't think people really appreciate how much harder it is to play a rhythm game while listening to another person talk and try to maintain a conversation.
Yep.
While having quick reflexes that you've never seen before thrown in your face.
I guess I can do that. I'm happy there's forgiveness that as long as the button is being pressed around the right time, you're good. Dang.
Well, I imagine if there's different difficulty levels, like we're unlocking hard mode, and what is listed as insane from the looks is also a possibility. Mm-hmm. The timing might be tighter on those areas.
Probably less chance of any warnings.
Maybe more, because that's generally rhythm games that have difficulty levels are generally like either more obstacles, faster, we make the notes smaller or something, which I don't think you can really do in this. Maybe they take away the color coding completely.
That would make sense. Then you'd have to really just make a decision based on what you're seeing. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I just have to tap it. I don't have to hold it. That's nice.
I need a fact check from you.
Yes.
I need to know if this is true or if this is a House of Lies type situation. Fan Clock says that it's a known fact that you have 4 brains, much like a cow has 4 stomachs, which allows you to multitask with extreme ease.
I would say that is in fact truth. There's the human brain. There is the robot brain, which we use for any robot activities or calculation. That one doesn't do too well. There's the lizard brain, which we all know is just a Twitch-based. It's the one I use on Twitch. And of course, there's thinking with the stomach or lower, which human beings unfortunately are known to need at some point.
Chances are good you might have at least the stomach brain. We can't all be like Ian and have 4 brains, but but you may have one or a combination of these things.
The truly unfortunate thing, Heather, is that there is no parallel processing between the two of them. It's just you get one brain acting on one task at a time. Yeah, so I can feel really hungry, but if I'm in the middle of twitching because of the lizards, then ow.
I've had that happen when I play video games. My hunger brain just can't get through because it's not in the active slot.
Exactly.
Because they act like power-ups. You can only have one in an active slot at a time.
Yeah, kind of like Materia, I guess. I don't know. I never played that game.
Yeah, I don't know either. So let's say yes. Because that means between the two of us, we can make all kinds of assumptions about that game.
I've been told that I can just dash through doors. This makes me very pleased.
Oh my goodness. You know what that means? That means you have a video game character whose weakness isn't doors for once.
Wow, good point. I don't need to find any keys. Just dash. Has that been done as a game before? A sort of a trope mashup system, like putting someone like Aerial Knight's character here in something like a Silent Hill game, and so the levels are the same, and what generally would happen would be the same, but the way you're reacting to it is different because you can just dash through doors.
Okay, I'm gonna mention that this character's name is Wally.
Oh, good, thank you.
And because in the story section, I'm only seeing them and they get used.
Yes.
I'm willing to believe that those are their pronouns.
I want to say it's my fault for not asking, but it's also very difficult to ask video game characters, so
It's true.
we'll call it a wash. But dang, oh, slide! There we go.
And for anyone watching this VOD later, or I don't know, right now, and you're all like, Heather mentioned pronouns, how gross and disgusting. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, because I'm gonna throw it at you.
Please. Just before we bust through it. Oof.
That's just kind of how I feel about the internet these days. When I see a comment that's just like, I stopped watching your video because you put COVID things up on at the beginning to say that you guys socially distance properly.
Oh, no.
So I left and like, oh, okay, ban. You're not coming back either. I just don't care anymore. If nothing else out of this whole pandemic, I don't put up with anything anymore from anyone.
Yep. I'd say we don't make us tap the sign, but we don't need a sign. You don't need a sign to be reminded to just be a decent human being.
Yeah, you know, if I'm gonna have to tap the sign, you don't want me to tap the sign.
Yep.
It's coming at your face.
Yo. This is just a nice, relaxing free run.
I'm gonna wait for you to hit something again because I want to pay attention to what happens.
Yes.
I'm not gonna advocate that you do it. I just assume at some point it'll happen.
Well, not on this level, it won't.
Ooh, unlocked outfit.
Yeah, we should go back and have a look at those outfits because we can just jump in at any time, right? Right.
I just wanted to verify, like, because it seems like when you do get hit with those, the music doesn't get weird. It doesn't like.
It doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop fast. It doesn't like fade out. It doesn't. It just kind of loops back very naturally.
Okay, so that's 33. I'm assuming that that's going to be a sports reference, probably. And jumpsuit. Let's give 33 a try. Oh no, I want to see the orange. Let's ride like Shell. Oh no! Play. Regular. Okay, good. We do come back to the boss. Good.
Two boss.
Change the angle is really kind of cool. Ah, wait a minute. We're not Shell. This is Naruto. Oh. Date, believe it. Slide! Kinda hop. Jump high, kinda hop. Do the hoppy. Big kick flips. Defeat the fan blades. Okay, well that was not bad. Only one death there, and honk honk. Honk honk. Oh, good, we un-Naruto'd. The arcade. Woo-wee. Go fast, nope.
So, we've had kind of a forest. Lots of trucks and things, and we've got Amazon drones on our tail. And Amazon boxes in the middle of the street.
What's next?
So we're taking out capitalism in this game, right?
Yeah, that really does seem to be the vibe I'm getting right now. No!
I want to know what that is.
My coin. Okay. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Big jumps. Coin get. Nothing special yet, but maybe we'll see when we win this particular. Dang it. One more time. Get that coin. Good coin get. Big hops this time, and then be ready for the slide. Yeah. Woo! Woo! That cart was on fire.
Oh, yeah, that's a good reminder, Earthen One. Speaking of capitalism, if you have Twitch Prime, you have a Twitch Prime subscription. You don't have to use it with us, but be aware you've got one, so you should use it somewhere.
Yeah. Ooh. Every Bezos buck you send us is another Bezos buck that doesn't get to stay in his filthy lucre account. Jump, jump. There we go. My favorites are the ones that are deaths by just a second.
Oh, that's right. Bezos, like, stepped down or something from Amazon recently, didn't he?
Yeah, he stopped being CEO.
Bet he still makes money off of it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm inclined to believe that's how systems work. You know, just because they get people out of Ubisoft doesn't mean those people aren't still making money off shares or something.
No, that's the end goal of capitalism, is to be able to start making money without doing any work.
It is, isn't it? It's the dream that they tell people too.
Not that I'm
That
saying
you could one day get there.
yeah, not that I'm saying we should ever fetishize work. Honestly, I think work should be a choice. But... Down? Yes! Faster! Outrun! Oh. Good work.
Everyone! We've unlocked everyone, Ian!
Yeah, I kind of want to go see everyone. Wait, I replayed. That's right, we need to yield, which is...
I haven't seen everyone in so long, Ian. I am so curious to see what they look like now.
What's everyone looking like these days? Everyone. Well, yeah.
That looks pretty good.
That's a hot look. Next up, level 4.
Everyone, you're doing great.
I'm gonna throw up hard mode just for a bit.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it takes off a little bit of the...
The slow-mo isn't plus anymore. Whoops. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely a different game. Not a bad one at all.
It seems a little bit more fluid without the...
Exactly. There's a little slow motion, but it's not egregious. Nice.
Honestly, I really dig a rhythm game that has, especially this kind of rhythm game where you're going to be doing stuff very repetitively. Being music that doesn't sound like it's going to get annoying
Yeah.
after like 2 minutes.
Like, this is definitely good groove music to do repetitive things to, if I were to make a YouTube channel about it. Not yet. Double up, double up, double up now. Hey! Oh, that was too high. That wasn't low enough. That was... See, my initial thought is always push A, because A is the jump button, right? Yeah, no, this is one of those games where you push up to jump, or I guess Y.
I will note, for anyone who is interested in the soundtrack, but less interested in maybe playing the game, there is Bandcamp with the soundtrack on it. You can just listen to the music if you so desire.
Check out their non-SoundCloud. Speaking of which, I had no idea that Vimeo had suddenly become so scummy.
Oh no, is Vimeo scummy now?
Yeah, they're apparently, if you get too popular, you'll receive an invoice from them for more money.
Oh, it's that bandwidth thing.
Yeah.
Right, I do remember sort of seeing that.
Which is unfortunate because I always thought of Vimeo as being the, the nice video site. That didn't do the constant terrible takedowns and allowed you to
the
have higher
site where
quality
you
video.
could put stuff that YouTube didn't want you to have.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Yes, we actually, in my day job, use it a lot for hosting video too, for e-learning. Oh, I can just run under these now? Great. All right. Keep sprinting. And then I can get past anything. It's not a jump. Aha! 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 Oh no! That's just me getting cocky now.
So Ian,
Yes.
last night, maybe not last night, a couple nights ago, Beach and I watched Cars 3.
Right, Cars 3.
We watched Cars 1 and 2 previously, but we watched Cars 3, which is very important because last night then we spent way too long trying to decide if when they mentioned dinosaurs in that movie, if they're real dinosaurs or if they're car dinosaurs, and what they mean by manufacturing cars, especially since they all seem to have souls. I don't recommend thinking that hard about this series at all.
Oh no, we this is something I have thought long and hard about, Heather, specifically because the existence of, well, there's so much that goes on in Cars that is terrifying the more you think about it. Like the very existence of a car pope implies the pre-existence of a car Jesus. And how do you crucify a Toyota? It's like, and in that case,
we watched the deleted scenes, the scenes that they storyboarded but decided not to put in. And there's in the first movie, there's a nightmare that Lightning McQueen has, where instead of having him pull the Bessie to make the road fixed that he wrecks in that movie, they put his engine in Bessie, and that becomes his body. And then Mater decides to put his engine in his car, and then because he wants to try out being a race car, and then they like take him to go do the race instead, and then he wakes up, and it just makes you, where does the car's soul live? Or their brain? Is it their engine? Is that okay?
That is very interesting repercussions in terms of identity. That is.
There's another deleted scene where he goes through and gets scared in a forest car graveyard where you have cars like you see on the side of the road with like trees going through them.
Yep.
And it's terrifying. What is going on?
Especially when you realize, because of that previous scene, that you could just take the engine from any currently running car and put it into a dead body to reanimate it into what?
I don't know. Is that how
zombie?
they get zombies? Is that how car zombies happen? But if you're watching, there are different parts and different scenes where birds are planes. They're tiny planes, or the little flies are actually little beetle cars, which is cute. But where did all this stuff happen? What does this mean?
Oh my gosh. This is even weirder because now that you mention it, what we've all established so far is that yes, there had to have been car dinosaurs, right? But because
I think so.
But because there's a car Jesus, that means that the car dinosaurs and the car cars had to coexist at some point.
I also need to point out that they do show the car pope at one point, and the car pope is riding a car.
Another car?
That is meant for him.
But it's not.
It's not him. He is a separate car inside the car on a platform.
But that other car is still alive, correct? Because if not,
Yes.
that would be some very interesting questions about who gets to be alive and who doesn't.
Also, all of the rich cars are on boats that also have faces, which kind of makes you wonder exactly what the boat lifestyle is like, because I think they might all be indentured servants.
Oh no. Now I'm sad that this is a Pixar franchise that isn't known for their crossovers, because my god would I love to have a Fast and the Furious Cars crossover where the Fast family ends up being transported to the Cars world and turns into cars. So this is what it's like when I'm driven. Huh.
There's in the third movie, they talk about cars that are lemons, and how they have parts that aren't getting manufactured anymore, but they're always needing repair. And I'm like, why aren't you making those parts anymore then? Mm-hmm. That seems weird, especially since they all seem like they have quite a bit of money for some reason in this movie. But then they're like, they don't manufacture our car types anymore. And I'm like, wait, who's manufacturing the cars? Who's making the new cars? Or is that just a term for birth? And which means you get to pick what kinds of cars you want to have born? What?
Moreover, they created a fantasy society where anything could happen and chose to replicate the terrible health care system of the United States of America. It's like, oh, it's not profitable to manufacture this drug anymore. I guess we just won't, and all the cars will die.
Yeah. It's really weird. You can't think too hard about this movie. It just makes your brain die.
I'm upset. So I guess thanks for that.
Well, you know what they say. Misery loves company, and I love torturing other souls.
Ah, yes, that is absolutely part of what they say. God damn it. Oh, nope. No yielding. Now, do I have to... I think I have to run and slide for this one. There we go. Now,
also, I want to point out that in the beginning of the third movie, one of the big things about it is that there's this car who went out into the forest to try and drive really far, ran out of fuel, ended up doing making an alternative fuel and surviving, and therefore now he's like, I've converted myself completely to electric and we should do alternative fuel sources and whatnot. And nobody bats an eye at the idea that he replaced his entire engine, which I know technically, as I mentioned, was a deleted scene where when that happened, that was a terrifying thought experiment about, are you just in another body now and is that your brain? But nobody bats an eye at the fact that he swapped out his entire engine.
Yeah, just all by yourself.
Like, that's okay.
You just vomit it up wholesale, like, and then you're sitting there on the bed like Optimus Prime, waiting for the Matrix of leadership to be reinserted to make him live again.
It's just, the thing is, Ian, if I'm a car in the Cars universe and I slowly replace every single part of me, am I the same car?
Oh, yes, that's always the good question. Oops, I think we moved ahead there. The argument of Theseus, that's it. If I replace all the parts of this meme, are they still the same meme?
Honestly, that's a very good question for our time of culture right now. If we replace every part of this meme, is it still the same meme? It really...
I honestly like to think sometimes about what the major philosophers would have said about how we're memeing on their lessons. Like, would Plato be happy that we are still discussing him, but in a comedic sense on the internet, or would he kind of be the hell?
Well, I guess if we were to pull them forward and ask their opinions, it would just be the first Bill and Ted movie.
The one I'd especially like to see is good old E.A. Nasur, known for his quality copper ingots, a fine quality. My God, that poor guy. He was brought back. Wait, you're telling me it's 4,000 years and y'all are still dragging on me for the copper? Y'all need to get a life. Whee!
I know I read like a writing prompt on the internet that was like, after you die, you're like wherever afterlife you are, so you can see everything that's going on about you. You're not really you just passed on, and about 200 years or so later, out of nowhere, because nobody personally knows you anymore, is alive. You are suddenly incredibly well known for what?
Ooh.
In every textbook.
Oof. Like, there's not much.
That's just like, wait, I passed on, nobody knows about anything I did until like 200 years later when suddenly everyone knows about what I did.
Who found my computer? I don't know why I think about that. Do you have an answer to that question?
No, not really, because when I think about it, I'm like, I feel like the question's poised in a way to make you try and think of like, what's the dirtiest secret you have that you don't want anyone to find out about, and that you would be embarrassed because you would be able to know that at this point.
Yeah, like
But you kind of felt like you got away with because nobody cared.
Yeah, like, but that's the easy way out of it. Like, what's the one thing that you think is mundane and uninteresting, and therefore wouldn't have been part of your eulogy or anything like that, and this has to be discovered years upon years in the future?
Yeah, and that's the more interesting way to try and sort that out. And I still am like, that's really hard, because it's really hard to think of what is super mundane that you think might end up being important later.
Like, I've got to feel like for me it might be a collection of some rare music files that I have that never got archived any other particular place. Maybe it's the fact that I've photographed this one person who is actually famous, and it's the earliest known set of complete images of them doing a motorcycle race for the first time.
Maybe someone puts together which fanfics I actually wrote, and then understands all of the weird identity stuff I've ever gone through.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Dark Market's probably got it right. 200 years in the future, we're still going to be wanting to ride that donkey.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those things you see happen with memes where for no reason, out of nowhere, someone makes a meme off of a movie that's like 20 years old that no one's really thought of in ages, and then suddenly lights the internet on fire.
Yeah, like what if I suddenly become the person that the Donkey is known for, completely erasing the 69 boys from long-term history?
You're being followed by a van that says asset recovery in neon.
So I gotta watch out for my asset. Ow.
Yeah, you do.
Whoa. Yeah, take that, asset recovery. Whoa. This is actually really fun.
I have to say, this is probably something I've not really seen happen in a runner.
No.
Maybe things side by side, doing things to try and hit you.
Because the timing is mostly the same, but probably shouldn't be sprinting. Whoa! I probably should be hitting the button before at the appropriate time. There we go. I was doing much better the first time. Back when I was being distracted by donkeys.
Earthen One says empty your mind and fill it with donkey. Which, you know what? That might be a really good crossover for two characters you play.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Let me ride! I was just thinking as well that, just remind people that, if you're enjoying Rhythm Cafe and like more of Ian and Heather, you can check out the VOD of Pat Bear's Anime Roundup that happened, 2 days ago on PAX 2.
Yes, I understand. My understanding is Pat's gonna put that up on his YouTube.
Oh, fantastic.
As well on Monday, I think.
Oh, well, then just wait for that, yeah.
So if you don't want to like try finding it through the PAX VODs, or you can't use Twitch and you're watching this in later VOD YouTube form, hey YouTube, we do remember you, I promise. That's where you can find it. Also, honestly, I would check out Pat's Anime Club. He does it as a regular weekly show. It's the PAX panel stuff's in there, sure, with guests, but he does his own slideshow type of thing where he talks about different topics and whatnot, and I think it's actually really interesting. So maybe check that out.
I can agree.
I'm gonna just double check to see if I can find what his YouTube channel is called. I have a feeling it's just Pat Bear, but
we should make sure rather than before we send people. Good.
And it's Bear spelled B-A-E-R.
So like a bear, but backwards.
But I'm gonna also throw it in the chat.
Backwards on the inside, I'm sorry.
Look, I like my friend Pat Bear, so I want other people to like him too.
Yeah. Whoa! Nope, that's the down one. Still not yielding.
Is Asset Recovery trying to music you to death?
Yeah, this reminds me of a JoJo. Sadly, despite there being flute music in the music that's playing, I don't think there's a flute player in this particular van. Ah!
Maybe they're riding shotgun.
On the stage line?
In the van.
Yeah.
I don't know where the stage line in a van is.
I would assume that at the front. Ride Shotgun might be my second favorite BTO song. I don't think it just doesn't get enough love because, of course, it's, as always, overshadowed by Taking Care of Business. Fanlock! Corey and I watched the entirety of her stream from earlier this week, and that, I think, was one of that was a show for the ages. You all need to go check that out. The normal journey from Talking Simulator here on the Loading Ready Run channel. You'll find that eventually over youtube.com/loadingreadylive. Uh-oh.
The name of the game is Totally Normal Journey, the interactive musical.
It is what it says on the tin.
Totally normal.
Interactive musical.
Totally normal.
Ah! These are some pretty quick twitch. just gonna ruin this guy's van? Is that what's gonna happen?
Hey, Ian.
Yeah, Heather?
I'm gonna leave you for a little bit, but Beej will be here to pretend he's...
Oh, fantastic. Good. Ow.
She just straight up gave me your headphones, so this works.
Fantastic. Welcome, Beej, to the Rhythm Cafe.
Nice.
It's a much. I greatly prefer it when we get you to guest on the show as yourself rather than pretending to be Heather.
Yeah, I agree. I can't do the voice very well. I've heard her do voices before where it's just kind of that loud, screechy thing. I'm like, I could probably pull that off, but maybe not today.
Oh, well, thankfully we're not in a voiced video game, so that's not a necessity. You will.
How the hell are you supposed to play this?
Well, first of all, you have to realize that the colors do not match up with any of the buttons on your controller. And I've only recently realized that you're given a heads up on the right-hand side with the horizontal or diagonal lines. That's it. Tell me what's coming up. But yeah, it's one of those games where the high jump is the Y button. And I keep trying to hit the A button because that's the button you use to jump high.
Right.
You know, video game conventions and all that.
I'm trying to understand the timing.
Oh, the timing is really kind of, really loose.
It seems, yeah.
Yeah, because I need to, it's definitely not on the beat, might be on the off beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as I physically don't touch those things, it's fine. Woo! Damn it!
I see.
This is definitely the most difficult level yet. And I have no idea who that is inside of the van, other than I think it's probably, I want to say, Red Hot Chili Peppers, the JoJo, not the band.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I just saw the vans go to control. Wild. I could hear Heather earlier talking to you about the existential nature of
cars?
dread. Yeah, that cars brings about in people. It's the thing that gets me is I'm like, well, there are no kid cars, and then I remembered, oh shit, in Cars 3, there's a kid car in the audience cheering for Lightning, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Does that mean that do they have to trade out parts? Do the cars organically grow in size?
Well, do they age in that sense too?
And can you grow up to be something that you don't start as? Because like Mack, the Mack truck, he's a Mack truck. Was he always a Mack truck? Was he something smaller before that? Seems like you're getting through the checkpoints, which is good.
Yeah, that's important. So the child car, like, do they start off as like Power Wheels?
Right? Like, how do they roll around? Are they something else? That was really good. Holy shit, I can't believe you did it.
Me either. It only took, 21 minutes?
37 deaths? My god.
I'll try not to get any more on the way out.
Are they hatched in eggs?
Huh.
Right? Maybe that's it. Maybe they don't gestate. Maybe it's not a live birth.
What petrochemical would you say then is the yolk, and which would be the albumin?
Right. Because is it? Yeah, they have to be gestating in some sort of fluid.
Yeah.
Because if there is an amniotic sac, then it has to be filled with some sort of like coolant or something, right? Maybe.
Now the real question here is, have we just completely gone off the rails and it's a little bit more simple than we think? In that, is the Cars universe and the Utena universe co-inhabited?
That these things can change back and forth between human form and car form.
Exactly, but only in the presence of Otori Academy. Outside of that, everyone is Cars.
Right. That's what made Utena so weird when she, like, everyone completely accepted the fact that they were all humans, but when she was gone, and Ansi ends up leaving the academy at the end of the
Like I
series.
said, we never see what happens when she steps off the ground, and I assume that it's
Right.
just. I gotta die there so I can get the coin.
Get your coin, yeah.
Yep. Still don't know what those do, but. There we go.
The music's a pretty good jam overall.
The soundtrack in general has been amazing. Heather was mentioning it's one person who wrote the whole thing and then
Yeah.
collaborated to get instrumentalists and vocal artists on. So it's got a nice unified sound. But it's just straight good funk. Mm-hmm. Nope. I saw
Which
the
is it is kind of rare for a lot of these series to have there are so many rhythm games out there where it is like we collaborated with 5 or 6 different people, and each one of their sounds is like, unless they're all like techno or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, yeah, you never really get people who are like, you know what, I want to do a video game that's all funk.
And just feels unified from top to bottom in the sense that
Yeah.
I feel like as we get through the game, we're going to get a lot more intense music as it moves towards the boss. Because this is really kind of a nice laid back. Sorry, were those Sentai?
It was like, they look like Proto Men. Ooh.
Oh, gotta run away from the drones.
So what's the storyline?
I'm not sure yet.
Great.
I think I've accidentally gone over one cutscene. Bozeman. Now, is that
Like
gonna be-
Chadwick?
I'm curious. It might be that. You know what? You're probably right, actually. No, I
That'd
can't.
be cool.
Can't get out of here.
Ah.
Bonus level. Get the coins. Oh God. Oh no!
Holy shit, that's cruel.
Oh man, that was rough but cool as hell.
What a great idea.
Okay, not a mustache. That's unfortunate. So there's another one of me out there. Run, little man. Oh. Huh. That seems... Let's keep going here.
Yeah.
Fast away from the drone. Jump the Jeep. Oh, look out.
Ooh.
I think I might have a sticky button or something.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Oh, we yielded.
Oh shit.
Let's check out the outfits here. They're on everyone right now. Got 33. Mocap. Wow, that's
Might be
That's
hard
a
to
lot.
look at.
jumpsuit makes you look like Naruto. Yeah, I'd say that might be
It feels a bit like I think something I've seen.
Chadwick in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see if I can decipher what more the names are here, but
Yeah.
yeah, let's go back to the Boseman, which honestly sounds good, but you know, a lot of audiophiles find it doesn't really live up to the price.
Yeah. Oh, I see. You do start from the beginning of the level then.
I don't think we'd actually gotten very far in terms of checkpointing though, so. Or had we? Nope, we hadn't.
So you can't dodge a drone, you just have to outrun it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, those drones you specifically have to outrun them. It's one of the 4 commands that you have available to you. So here we go. Oh!
Speaking of stuck keys, my mom got me the other day. She was like, she gave me a call because she's like, my computer's not working. She bought a new MacBook Pro a few years ago, and bought one of the ones with butterfly switches.
No.
And I was like, oh fuck. Like when I heard about that, I was like, I wish you hadn't. But it was like, whatever, you've done that. So she got a hold of me and was like, hey, so I was cooking with my MacBook. I'm like, great. Had it up on the bay window and whatever. We were baking, right? So I'm like, oh no, you were baking. There's lots of flour everywhere. No. I'm just thinking about how awful this is gonna be because I know what's coming. She's like, and some of the keys are sticking. I'm like, uh-huh. So
I pushed it out the window.
So what we did, well, and it turns out that a few of her keys were sticking and she wasn't sure why. That was like, they're not registering for whatever reason, like, so I'm flat on my back, trying to think about what it is we can possibly do. And I remember, I'm like, wait, I should be able to pull up the accessibility keyboard.
Oh yeah.
So I Google for a way to do that. We get the on-screen keyboard up, and not only does the keyboard you could click on whatever you need to in order to like type in your password to log in, but also wow, shit, that was out of nowhere.
I went. That's where I
went.
went
To the Shadow Realm. It also showed a bunch of keys highlighted in yellow, which I was like, that's weird. I don't know why it's doing that, except they're the exact same keys my mom says is stuck.
Oh, that's nifty.
And I'm like, so it's actually showing that there are some keys that are registering wrong for some reason. So she tries typing again, and everything seems to be okay now, like with the actual keys and the keyboard instead of using the on-screen keyboard. But it was just like, that's really neat that it actually it can detect that it's like there's something wrong with these keys.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to make of it, and they're probably gonna have to take it in to get fixed at this point. But,
oh yeah.
Yeah, but so far things seem to be fine. I'm gonna take my headphones off and hand them back to the person who actually is on this stream.
Okay. Well, it's been nice having you here, Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, Beach Dairy, everybody. You can find him on the internet at Mastodon, I think.
Tuxbeach at octodon.social. You know how it is. Love you.
Love you too, Beach Dairy. Ow. So while they're doing the headphone handoff there, I was just listening to another program talking about Apple Care Plus and the aspects of if you do have Apple Care Plus, you can go in and get your phone swapped out for if it's got any sort of a screen damage for just $100, which is kind of great actually. But apparently they won't replace your phone if it has to be broken in a way that's either dangerous to you as a user or outright broken before they'll straight out swap it out. And apparently, the answer to this is if you have a problem with your phone, you take it into the Apple Store, you wait for them to refuse it, and then you just stare the attendant in the face as you take your phone back and drop it from head height. And then they'll replace it.
Really?
Because then the screen is broken.
Even though you did it in front of them?
I mean, there's the question as to whether that part will work, but you are paying for the insurance.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Heather. How's it going?
It's all right. I want to. Part of me would never really actually want to do that to a poor customer service person.
Oh Lord, no.
But also at the same time, I do want to know if I did do that, if I did find one that I really hated for some reason.
Yeah.
And I did do that.
Main character
would it work? Would it be worth it?
Main character of a sitcom wants me to be able to do that because then they're not real people I'm doing it to.
Yeah, I mean, me as a sitcom character would just do it without thinking. Me as a human being has to think about this for like 5 days straight before I actually even maybe commit to it, and then I'm still gonna falter in front of the store. I'm gonna do it wrong.
That 5 days of just like, am I even going to the Apple Store?
Yeah. Have you taken a break at all?
I absolutely have not, which is why I put down the controller, and I'm going to suggest we take a short 5-minute break to get up, stretch our legs, swap our fluids, and we'll be back with more of Aerial Knight's Never Yield here on Rhythm Cafe in just a few minutes. Yeah, don't you go away. I mean, go away, but don't go away.
Come back.
Yes.
Come back if you go away.
welcome back to Rhythm Cafe here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. My name is Ian. I'm joined through the airwaves by Heather.
Hello, everyone. I'm also here, and Rhythm Cafe has gone into its classical hour as per tradition.
Magnificent, magnificent. Yes. Still in the midst of aerial nights, never yield, and this has turned out to be quite the video. The video game is a piece of electronic entertainment.
I do appreciate it every time you Super Saiyan. It makes your bag Super Saiyan as well, which makes me believe that your bag is made of hair.
That's a very interesting thing to notice, and I'll be paying attention to that next time my body exudes the power of the firmaments. Which should be nope. Now I've found a checkpoint. Yes.
It was very hard to laugh deeply like that for me. I will point that out. That was a special treat just for you.
I mean, nope, that hurts too. So how was your break, Heather? I spent mine vacuuming things off the ground.
I got a cookie.
That might have been what I vacuumed off the ground, to be honest.
I'm glad the cycle's complete then.
Cookies on the ground, cookies in the mouth. Oh, we have a choice to go up or down. I should have gone up.
Nice. Different pathways. Yeah, that's...
Someone in the chat was asking if you run faster with French toast in your mouth, and
Then what, regular toast?
yeah, and honestly, I don't think you'd I don't think you'd necessarily run faster or slower. You just have your articles in a different order.
I think it depends on how much of the toast you're consuming while you're running. As French toast has more sugar and calories to it, which, a lot of anime characters who have a lot of speed and stuff typically eat more calories and a lot of plates of food. So for them, I do think it would make them run faster. It would be like refilling your gas tank in the middle of the air.
Like you've really given me something to think about there when you said how much of the toast you're consuming, and honestly, I don't even know if it's about eating the toast at all. I think it's almost like a ninja training thing that if you have to be able to make it to school quickly, like you have to be running without breaking the toast with your teeth. So I mean you got to hold it gently in your lips, but not have it go through, because you never see them.
You make an incredibly good point, because if you do break that toast, you're gonna lose it. You're not gonna catch it. Your hands are full with your book bag and whatever else they put in their other hands, because there's always something in both. And don't fact check me on that. It's truth, and you can't fact check me on House of Lies anyway. But if you do that, then you don't get breakfast. You only got one bite, and that's gonna last you till lunch. Lunch, that's the other thing that's in your other hand. So you're gonna give up your breakfast that you painstakingly took extra time to put in your mouth when you could have just run out the door.
And what are you gonna do? You're gonna wait till lunch and take a yakisoba bun and slide that directly into your mouth without chewing? No.
Nah.
You don't have the energy for that anymore.
And I mean, if you don't eat your breakfast when you get to school, because by that time you don't need to run anymore, you can finish eating the toast. Then you got to eat your bento box. And then at lunch you have no food.
And what way of learning is that?
Lunch is the most important meal of the day, Ian.
Yes. Honestly, of meals that I am that are important to me, lunch probably is the most important, because it often is the first meal of the day.
Yes, me too.
Something's up with these controllers. I'm blaming the controller, Heather. We've gotten to this stage.
Oh no.
Oh no, I think sometimes the down is sticking a bit, which can cause... That was my fault. But if you see me constantly down, then that's probably because something got stuck. That again was just bad timing. That was too little down, not enough down. That was enough down. Appropriate down. Oh god. Not enough speed. Oh! And I splash myself on the side of a police cruiser. Yeah, I keep forgetting to look at the up ahead preview. There we go. That said, I am in the mood for a big breakfast one of these days.
When you say big breakfast, what kind of breakfast do you mean?
Eggs, sausage, tomatoes, baked beans, toast, another sausage, ham, regret. Basically, I would like the titular big breakfast of the song of the same name. That said, I would probably swap out the toast for pancakes. I don't do them often, but I do enjoy a good pancake. Although thinking about it now more, it's not a breakfast, but I'm suddenly realizing that I haven't had cottage cheese in a while.
Yeah, cottage cheese is kind of one of those things I only eat now and again. Like where I'm like, oh, I really want that.
I think the thing is, people usually think of it as a health food, and maybe for the people who have a sense of portion control, that might be true. But when it comes to me and sour cream, cottage cheese, it's a case of I would like a bowl, and then put it all in the bowl, and then a little bit of salt, and that's it.
Yeah, that's about how I eat it. For a while, I did try like whipping it and putting in like some nuts and things.
Really?
Because the different texture actually makes it feel like a completely different dish. But that takes more work than I'm willing to do most of the time. So usually it's just like plop a bunch of it, maybe half that container in the bowl, and then add some salt, and then you're good.
Yeah, I've never considered whipping it, because part of what I love is the that feeling of individual curds in the mouth. I was considering making cottage cheese on Tinker Tailor, but the recipe is extremely old and starts with saying, let the milk sit at room temperature on your countertop in a pot for 8 to 12 hours. I'm like, not sure if I would trust that. Turn. Go. That car came out of nowhere. Go. Down below. And also, what I'm getting from this game is that cars used to look a lot better than they do now. look at that van. It is clearly a Suzuki Samurai Jeep type thing. That is an Audi right there. Oh wait, no,
Yeah,
that's a
they've gotten
Lancia.
very good with their cars, haven't they?
Ah! I keep jumping directly into it.
I mean, the whole thing aesthetically looks really good. Like the cars are very realistic looking cars, but like, yeah, people in the background who look pretty normal.
Yep, the stylization is just solid all the way through. This time for sure. Hey, there we go. That was it? That's all I needed? Okay, this I assume is well, okay, no. I guess we're headed for BK West encounter. No? No? Straight up.
We're doing the
Yes.
old style Batman and Robin thing.
Oh, speaking of which, I think we found out what happens when we get to, or when we collect those end coins, is we get sent to the end dimension. And there's just a bunch of coins that we get to collect in another running stage. But much like this, it's a good change of perspective. The camera just flipped around on me for no reason. And that was it. Okay. Am I sliding? I'm sliding, I think. Yeah. Yep, definitely sliding. That is not an X jump. There we go. Hop. Avoid the broken glass. Good, good. Up. That's the hop we want. High gravity? Can I ask you to explain how that one worked? I'm now very much looking forward to the new breakout hit character from Rhythm Cafe, Heather's Gravity.
I think this is just part of our Super Saiyan powers.
Yeah, must be. But you're completely right. Batman ain't got nothing on our friend.
Yeah, he had to pretend with a rope. We can just walk on the wall like some kind of Spider-Man.
Ooh, careful with that one. I'm pretty sure that Disney's pretty litigious. Some sort of man spider. Clearly, that's not something that's ever happened in media before. Down. Yeah, that's right, kid. You wish Link had this kind of stamina. Oh, that shadow is ominous. Also, I'd like to bring your and chat's attention to my shadow, or at least my player character shadow. Mm-hmm. Why do he look so much like a skeleton?
Well, in this world, the sun shows everyone's skeletal figures as opposed to their skin.
Flesh is solarly transparent, I see.
Yes. It's just like how you can only see the skeleton of that drone. It's a very thick skeleton. That's why it looks kind of more like a drone. Also, it doesn't have skin, but now you know that the drone isn't made of skin. Aren't you glad?
That makes me incredibly happy, yes. skin drones are one of the things that are most worrying to me on a day-to-day basis. That's why I have alerts set up to go to DJI's website every morning.
This also canonically proves that we're not in the Cars universe.
Yes, it does.
And that's very important because given our discussions earlier, we might not want to be in that universe.
No. I don't want to be in a universe where that universe is a universe. Oop. I swear that I pushed that button right. Oop. Camera twonk. My favorite part is when the drone goes through a sign here. Hey, there we go. Okay, this time for sure. Okay, and up. Just looking for a checkpoint. There we go. And he glances over at the clock and immediately dies. Why this keeping this program going for the past year and a half has been, I don't want to call it a struggle, but it has been a work. Not having one of us here to keep an eye on the clock.
Yeah, it's true. It's a very different dynamic. My issue is trying to find games that I know that I can comfortably play for 2 hours straight, and not because I really enjoy outside of the really fun stuff of having your presence in the same room and conversations that way. I really enjoy that if I hit a point where my eyes are bugging out from the way the game is moving, or I'm a little frustrated and I need a break, but we've only been playing for 10 minutes, I can hand the controller to you for 10 minutes and we can have that swap back and forth.
Exactly, yes. Whereas instead we have to beat our heads against walls until completion. Whoop.
And then, there are some games that I don't want to play on my own, which is why we haven't played them. Because I'm I want to play this game, but I know you also want to play this game, and I'd like to share that experience together and not do a weird thing where I play 1 week and you play 1 week if we can help it.
God, yes. We have so many of those games.
Yeah, so many of them.
Which actually...
We will get to them, though.
Oh, yes.
It will happen.
Yes. But it's just... I won't say it hasn't made game selection a little difficult. Nice architecture here. Ooh, here we go. Good trumpet.
I think it's also why I really like kind of doing some of the more games that are like Wondersong, where it's a little bit story heavy. Because it is a thing we can both kind of participate in.
This is definitely more of a, this is a single player experience, what we're seeing here.
And that's fine. It's like, I personally was never going to play this game on my own because I've played the runner games and I know how my eyes get bugged out after a while, where if the level stops, the screens are still moving. Right,
yes. Oh no, I'm going to have to walk back.
You are going to have that.
Nothing will ever top, though, Heather, the first year I did the Le Mans, and then drove my car home from that.
Oh no!
It was safe, But boy, was that a weird experience having physics take effect and stop signs, driving slow,
I
not
have to say, I kind
crashing.
of, well, the way we have stuff set up currently, you could, like this last year, you couldn't have a lot of people come in and drive. I did like having the option of Discord, of just being able to pop in and try to like spook you with a voice.
Yep.
Was fun. So I kind of, if in the future you go back to the moon base, because I mean that would definitely be easier for editing the VOD for me.
Oh, right.
That having the Discord option open might also be cool.
Well,
At least for like maybe the late night.
well, I have good news for you then, Heather. Because
yeah?
it's not going to happen this year because we're still not in a state where I think we're doing things in person at the moment. But this year's Loading Ready Run Le Mans 24 hours will indeed include that Discord channel once again.
Awesome.
And we should hopefully be getting an announcement of that soon. And by announcement, I just mean tweet. It's happening on the same day as Le Mans. It does every year.
I mean, we did just have our scheduling meeting. So I could see all that stuff getting cemented in pretty quickly and announced.
Just definitely want to get that out there in people's heads too, because I know that there's a certain amount of the community that likes to work on things for the future, or to do data collection and interact with the system. So
I think, did we ever get? I know we got the Variety Labo kit. I'm trying to remember if we got the vehicle one, because if we got the one with the wheel, maybe you need to make yourself a craft hour
oh,
and play with a craft wheel.
can I
If you can.
can I craft while driving? Yeah, that's absolutely the sort of shenaniganery I like to get involved in. Okay, now we're breaking through.
I mean, it's been about a year since the last Le Mans, but your PIF was kind of like a
A mini
warm
Le
up
Mans? Yeah.
Le
yeah.
Mans kind of month.
Yeah, I should actually do that again, to be honest, or something like it. I remember I made it my goal after that played forward to try and do a monthly driving stream, and I've honestly been just trying to keep monthly driving going on.
That's fair. I mean, when it comes to like having goals like that, like I've been trying really hard to keep up with certain things where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do that like once a week, or I'm gonna try and at least go outside more or something. Sometimes it's just really hard and you don't.
Yeah.
Like last night, I was up till 6:30 a.m. and at around 3, I was just kind of like, maybe I should just turn on my stream and stream for 3 hours.
I mean, I'm sure you'll get some people who would be very happy to get that kind of surprise.
I didn't, but mostly because I ended up working on a thing and then I was uploading a video and I was like, I can't really upload and stream at the same time.
Yeah.
But I did have that conversation with myself that was like, what if I just streamed right now?
I often think about
I'm probably
that.
not sleeping soon.
I feel like that's something we did a lot more back in the early days of streaming too. Back when
Yeah.
I think we were a little bit less overworked too. Not that we're completely overworked, but just the idea of, hey, yeah, we can just throw on the push the button, honestly, and have a short little 3-hour stream.
Yeah, I remember in What, in Delta? Definitely in Delta, there were some people who would be like, I had just 24-hour stream by accident right now.
Well, the way that Cam would just toss himself in the room and stream out some Dark Souls for no reason.
Yeah, we used to have a lot of that. Just people just walking into the room being like, nobody's streaming for the next 6 hours, cool.
Cool, I guess I will.
Feel like playing video games.
Oh, okay.
We definitely have a lot more stuff filling up our time these days.
Yes. Which isn't a bad thing. And I just find it interesting the way that things have seemed to evolve in the correct sense of the word, and that they have changed to fit the world in which we exist now.
And while it is a different world, I will remind people that if you go to the Loading Ready Run team page, you will find that many of us also stream at home on our own channels. And so if you're missing maybe some extra Cam streams, you can go find those. Or if you're missing my streams or Ian's streams or anyone else on this channel who streams, because most of us have our own streaming
True.
channel of something, you can find it.
And you can find
It might not be like the old days, but it is still a good time.
Also, those old days were not that long ago. That's all. It's just something to keep in mind.
I know, but they feel like forever ago.
Yeah. Oh god, drone. Much better. There we go.
Also, it's one of my favorite things to do, to point out that we all stream at home when I get the opportunity. Because I know there's so much going on the internet and so much going on the Loading Ready Run channel as it is that it's easy to forget or miss or not know. And I like all of my friends, and I want you to like them too.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. We've been streaming or I think I've been streaming personally for 3 years at home now. And I still get people saying, oh, here we go. Something's stuck.
Yeah, if anyone actually knows my home stream anniversary, could you tell me? Because I haven't been keeping track, and I think I might be somewhere around the 4-year point, but I have really no idea. And I see people who are like, oh, I'm doing an anniversary stream, and I'm just like, I've forgotten my own anniversary. I am a terrible stream person, I think, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll just make up a new date. No one will know. No one can call me on it. But if you do know, you have to tell me.
Yes, it's in the, it's in your terms of agreement. Terms of use. Oh, what, you've never read Heather's terms of use? It's a legally binding document.
All my documents are legally binding. That's what binders are for.
Legal binders.
I get the ultra legal binders. You can tell because they're called Ultra Pro.
Ah, yes. This could be like, are they like legal but for tabloid size? Gotta just take a second here too to call the entire North American paper sizing system bullshit once again. We really need to go over to the European / Japanese A series. It's almost like metric, but for page size.
Oh right, that's not our system, is it?
No, it's not. Yeah.
I spend an awful lot of time on stationery websites that are full Japanese products by nature, and I completely forget what normal stationery is like.
Yep.
In where we live.
Letter and legal. Who uses legal?
Lawyers?
Not even, I think. Anytime I've gone to a lawyer's law office, it's always been a letter size. Ooh, okay, I'm into this particular track.
The website you found says November 16th, 2016 was my first stream.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, that might be real.
2016.
My problem is I tried to stream once, like, in the middle of summer off of the laptop I had, and it didn't work. Because I didn't have adequate internet,
Oh,
and
yeah.
my computer couldn't really run the game I was trying to play at the same time and stream and do all the things. And I tried to do that a couple of times, and then I gave up for several months. But I think that was in the summer, so. Oh, excellent! Thank you for the link, E-Block.
I love so much when new mediums have a chance to figure things out in terms of how things work. And yeah, those early days of us trying to stream on improper hardware and just doing it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it was really hard. Oh wow, this website is very detailed. This is cool.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to look at that later.
Yeah, no, I got turned onto that the other day, and there's a lot of interesting stuff in there.
Yeah, I think I tried to stream like Bastion or something. The first time I tried to stream.
That would work out.
And I was so nervous. I was just like, video games, how do I play them? Oh no, volume's not working. Oh no, other thing doesn't work. Oh no, frames. Watch me panic.
Oh god. Oh. Ow.
Oh no. You okay?
Yeah, just got something itching in the eye here right now. One second. Oh.
The website has no record of me streaming Bastion. Okay, so it probably maybe was too long in between or something. That's fine.
Just paved the account.
Site seems to have some holes in my 365-day challenge. Yeah, it probably would, because I think a lot of the times when I was doing some of my streams, I was going by Pacific time, but I feel like a lot of those sites go by a different time zone.
Oh yeah, that site seems to think that I do all of my streaming on Saturday, so I think it's definitely got a different time zone set as default, at least.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know because the Twitch site, when I would look up my stats, would sometimes not agree that I had streamed that many days in a row. And, but that's not how I was doing that challenge, so it didn't matter. I thought about doing that challenge again, and I keep pushing that idea from my brain.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure what the reason for me to do a 360-day challenge would be, which is why I've never done one.
I kind of just slipped into mine.
Cool.
I started by doing a 25 Days of Christmas thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good way to slip into that.
So I streamed for the first 25 days of December,
Yep.
every day. I had like a schedule thing. I had a really cool Bujo laid out that was like a Christmas tree.
Nice.
And and then because, New Year's was coming up and I didn't actually have a lot going on during that holiday, I wasn't going anywhere. I was like, cool, well, I'll just stream the rest of the days and New Year's Day, and then you kind of, by that point, you've gotten into that, like, I've been doing this for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of kept going.
Well, you also get that
Yeah.
mental pressure of a New Year's, not a resolution, but that's the time of year people tend to think about starting new habits.
Yeah, I made up a goal sheet that was just like going after every month in a row, and I wasn't focusing on the whole year thing until I think maybe about halfway through was when I was like, okay, I'm gonna commit to trying to make it a full year. But even then, I was pretty nervous about saying that out loud because I didn't want. Even though I think it's fine if you set a challenge and you don't make it, especially if something happens, like maybe something family-wise comes up, or you can't get online and it's not your fault that day at all.
Yeah.
It still kind of feels bad. So I really wanted to stress myself more on trying to make the monthly challenges and trying to do things like streaming for at least closer to an hour every time I did the stream and stuff like that.
Make it real.
Yeah, and then I went for 369 because it was funny.
Nice. Nice.
You know, to get that 101% like all the gamers do. I was thrilled when I found out that that's how that percentage would work out.
Oh, wow. I'm not sure when we're going to meet each other. Ow.
Are you fighting your reflection?
It feels like it.
This is actually a really interesting, like the back and forth.
It's not easy either because the buttons don't mirror.
Right, they wouldn't. Oh yeah, and I will point out that by the time I finished 369 days, Ian, I literally had to schedule myself a day off so I wouldn't stream past that and ruin my numbers. Because I streamed a day later.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you really do get used to it. You're like, I could just, and I got through so much of my video game backlog.
It
was super nice.
That feels like such a bonus there. Well, maybe when I retire... Oh, that's right, that was still me. Maybe when I retire, I can do a 365 degree.
No, I think 365 degree challenge. I think you could do something with that.
Each day I have to stream from a different angle. But never in order, either. So one day you'll get me facing directly ahead, some days it'll be behind. Others, just a slight jaunt. You're gonna love me at my jauntiest. I want to turn up the music in my headphones a bit here because this is getting really epic. Cool. Oh!
Man, looking through the stats on the site, which I definitely got myself distracted at by looking at again. I really should just do an anniversary stream where I just go over stats and be like, remember we played this game once?
I mean,
good times.
God, Heather, if you're gonna do that, I would honestly suggest like pulling up some clips too.
Well, I mean, if I got till November, that's definitely more doable.
There we go.
I'll definitely think about that.
I would watch a Heather Clip show retrospective.
Welcome to my Clips episode.
Actually, the more that I think about that, going back to historic episodes, like not just old ones, but ones where a lot of cool stuff happened, and pulling up clips and talking about them, feels to me like that would be a really great stream. How did I make that happen? All right, I get the feeling this is a very long level, and we might not be finishing this today. It's been a while since we had a checkpoint. Jump! How did I clear that? Because that was not a jump, let me tell you. That was a slide, and could have been catastrophic.
Be the leader of the West.
Hey, we just had a music change here.
Well, that's a good sign. Maybe.
It says there's progression. Come on, just give me a checkpoint, goddammit. Oh! This has got to be. This
I was rooting for you.
West.
got to be near the end. That was my own fault for getting a little bit cocky. One more try, I think.
One more. It's okay. Wheeler has stated several times in the past that it's okay if we go a little late. He understands the important rhythm work we are doing.
I'm glad to be on the same page or on the same card as him. Okay, big, little, smash, little, big, smash, slide. Only 30 deaths.
Hey, but you made it.
Yeah, we did it. And that means we might have some more in the future. We're gonna yield. We can't yield from here, but we can take us back to the booth.
Yeah, I think we probably should check out that game again and see about finishing it at some point.
I agree. I like this. This is fun. This has been a good time, and I give it my wholehearted recommendation of 2 thumbs up, sideways. The thumbs are what's important. The direction is not, because with these you can make tools, and that makes you better than a marmoset.
Well, going into our outro, if you too are looking for a checkpoint and other streams we do on Loading Ready Run, you can find our schedule over at loadingreadyrun.com/live. You can also find the VODs of most of these streams over at youtube.com/loadingreadylive. And except for Magic, because we've quarantined that off over into youtube.com/LRRMTG, and anything else that you maybe can't find over there, like Dice Friends or whatever else we do, you can find over at youtube.com/LoadingReadyRun, where you can become a member if you wish to give us money through YouTube. That way, you do not have to, but if you do, that means you can ask us questions for the monthly Asklers. If you would prefer to give us money in other formats, you can do that over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, or as we've been doing here on Twitch with bits or Twitch subscriptions, which we will read out in a second, but I will let you know that you can find Ian and I in other places on the internet. Ian, where can people find you?
People can find me over at tilty.house. That is the name of my website, or rather, that is the URL of my website, and you can use it to get to my website using the browser on your computing machine. Heather, where can people find you and your internet presences?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/LunarJade, where at some point I will figure out my streaming schedule and stream again. And over at the bad website of twitter.com/LunarJade for now. Yeah, that is everything in that regard. Did I miss anything else before we go to subs?
Don't think you did. If you like did you get the schedule?
I talked about people can find the schedule. Did we want to talk about certain shows on the schedule?
No. Unless you'd like to.
I'm going to only point out two. I'm going to point out that coming up next is This Your Card with Benjamin Wheeler, and I believe Adam Savadan is guesting with him to play Eternal, and that later on Saturday you will find the Great Big Gladiator Games, which is partially why you will not find Rhythm Cafe here next week, but we will return the week after.
Yes, that is an important thing to mention. It's a good that we decided not to talk about too many things because the schedule system is not currently working.
Let's read subs.
Let's indeed. Let's start, in fact, with, I want to say, Minor Jr., who is a 31-month subscriber. It's way past Minor. Thank you so much.
And Constable Crab has been here for 22 months. Welcome back.
Ghost User 1984 has subscribed for 29 months, saying 2.416 years. Love the use of the decimal. Thank you.
Nice. That was a demo. Has subscribed for 28 months. Welcome back.
Reach W has hit 5 months. Thank you for coming back.
Blue Lotus Designs has subscribed for 14 months, saying 14 months of supporting some of the best people on the internet. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Still need to get your patch on my jacket, too. This is soon I'll be going outside again. Clench Eastwood comes in for 75 months. Thank you for your support.
And Dormouse for 38 months. Welcome back.
The E, of course, is extra from E Block, who cheered us with 466 bits. Love is patient, love is kind. But if you ask me where you can find literally anything you've lost before, cat. Thank you.
Ben Tropic for 18 months. Welcome back.
And those are our subscribers and bit givers for the day. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Heather, especially for joining me through the non-yielding world of Aerial Knight. And I don't get to say this here often enough, but we'll see you all in a fortnight's time. Not in Fortnite, never in Fortnite. For more Rhythmic Cafe. Thanks so much, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.